All right, what is up, people of YouTube? Welcome back to Farmer Traders. My name is Shane, and I'm learning how to trade and how to farm. This channel is mostly about the farmer. If you want to learn about farming or watch people who are learning about farming, watch my wife's channel. I don't even know her channel's name. One sec. Okay, so if you want to learn about farming, check out my wife's channel, Farming and Prepping. I just asked her, she confirmed. So, I work a corporate job that is okay. I don't love it, but I don't hate it. But, it pays the bills. Single income household right now. Well, not really. Shirley does work for Etsy, but part-time. So single full-time income house right now. Pays the bills though, but yeah, I want out. I want to be self-sufficient, and I don't want to have to obey corporate rules and be subject to disciplinary potential and whatnot, because the corporation has been making a lot of decisions lately that I disagree with, namely decisions related to health care or health and medical privacy that I strongly disagree with. Primarily, I'll just be honest with you, and if you don't like this, or if you disagree with me on this, I understand. Well, no, I don't understand. I think that my position's obvious. However, I will tolerate your position if you disagree with me, and I welcome you here, and I hope you listen to my side of things. However, I will tell you my position. My company has just released a statement saying that, and I'm not going to tell you the name of my company, however, my company has just released a statement saying that if you are vaccinated for COVID-19, you must upload to Human Resources your card stating that your little card that apparently you get when you get vaccinated. Hint, I'm not vaccinated. If you get vaccinated, you must upload your card to the company HR system, and once you do so, you will be permitted to remove your mask. Otherwise, you must continue to wear a mask on site, and I do work on site. I do not work from home all the time. So part of the time I work from home, but a lot of my work I do work in the office. I'm working in research and development, and I work on devices that require hands-on development, and I cannot always work from home. So yeah, I'm a little annoyed. Not even so much that they're encouraging vaccination, although that does bother me. But whatever your stances on the COVID-19 vaccine are, and COVID-19 in general, that is not necessarily where my issue lies. If people want to get vaccinated, if people want to wear a mask, people don't want to wear a mask, then none of that matters to me. I believe in liberty, and I believe in self-determination and making personal decisions for your health, for yourself. I do not personally believe that not getting vaccinated is putting others at risk, although I know that narrative is out there right now, and I know that some people who might watch this video, potentially a lot of people, believe that. I'm just being honest with my views. I do not believe that. I do not believe me not getting vaccinated is putting other people at risk. All that being said, I despise the fact that my company wishes me to upload proof of any medical intervention. None of that goes against HIPAA, that goes against every sense of personal privacy that I thought that people valued. And now that's just all being thrown out the window right now. And yeah, now most of my coworkers are probably vaccinated, and they're all going to have the privilege of removing their mask at work, which is fine, I guess, for them. I mean, wearing the mask isn't that much of an inconvenience, but it's a symbol that I feel like I'm going to be going into work wearing a cone of shame now, because I refuse to get this vaccine for personal reasons. Once again, if you disagree with me, I know this will potentially make a lot of people upset. Sorry, not sorry, honestly. If you get upset at me, feel free to disagree with me. I would love to have conversations with people who are willing to have actual conversations. But if it's just going to be anger and hate, then please leave. I don't really want to hear what you have to say if you're just going to spout anger and hatred. So, yeah, long story short, I'm more eager than ever to leave this job. End rant. But yeah, that's why I'm here. I'm here learning farming and learning trading with my wife. I'm championing the farming. She's the way around. I'm championing the trading, and she's championing the farming. And our goal is to now become self-sufficient completely. It has been for some time now, but as of literally today, with this new mandate from my company, I am more eager and willing than ever to leave my job as soon as possible and make my own income. So, I'm learning how to trade. If you haven't seen my previous videos, just to give everyone an update of myself and my portfolio, I hold about roughly 75% of my portfolio is in Bitcoin, and roughly 25% of my portfolio is in Ethereum. And as far as trading portfolio goes, that is it. My Roth IRA, which I just opened last year, has all its holdings in GBTC, Grayscale Bitcoin Trust here, which is a way to gain exposure to Bitcoin in stock shares. It's a Grayscale Bitcoin Trust is a what do you call it? It's a derivative of Bitcoin, and it essentially tracks the price of Bitcoin more or less. If you have money in a 401k or some sort of retirement account, you can put it in GBTC if you wish to gain exposure to Bitcoin in that way. So yeah, all of my Roth is in GBTC, and then I have a 401k that's got money in my company, which I'm not disclosing. Half of it's in the company, and half of it is essentially tracking the Russell 1000 index. So yeah, that's where I'm at. As you can see, a little large, and by the way, my trading account far outweighs both my Roth and my 401k. It about doubles both of those. So a large portion of my exposure is to Bitcoin and Ethereum in the cryptocurrency market. And very concerned with how those perform. So those are the two currencies that I'm following, or the two markets I'm following the closest, Bitcoin and Ethereum. I'm looking to branch out into Forex because I see myself transitioning out of crypto once the Bitcoin bull market phase is over, which I anticipate to be sometime in Q4 of this year, perhaps early Q1 of 2022. So yeah, once Bitcoin bull phase is over, I plan to transition out of Bitcoin. Maybe once I believe the bottom is in for Bitcoin, I'll open up a small or a substantial position in Bitcoin. But I also wish to have a substantial position in the Forex market, and to sometime next year, perhaps Q2, Q3 of 2022, begin trading full-time foreign exchange, Bitcoin, and futures, perhaps stock markets, probably indexes. I think I would do well more in a macro sense in cryptocurrencies, but large cap cryptocurrencies, I don't really know too. Maybe I'll start trading some of these small cap cryptos. I've been following them for a while, but yeah. Anyway, I just started trading about 7 months ago, pretty much beginning of the year 2021. So I didn't even know what a candlestick chart was until January this year. And I've kind of taken a crash course this whole year with the way money printing's going. The Fed just balls to the wall, inflating the dollar, just going hard, inflating assets. That's kind of where I've been at. It's just following or trying to, bail myself out, basically. I have effectively devalued all of my savings to date, so just so you know, I'm not giving financial advice. I wish that you would do your own research and do your own work. I'm merely documenting my journey here, not giving anyone any advice whatsoever. I'm a complete noob to all this, but at the same time, I'm confident that I'm going to learn how to do this because I have to learn how to do this because I am leaving my job and as soon as I can, and I'm going to make my own money my own way, and I'm not going to deal with any corporate America anything anymore. And it's not even about the masks or the vaccines necessarily. It's more just about I want my own life. I want to make my own decisions. I don't want to have to obey anyone. I don't want to follow any rules. I want to decide for myself my future, and I want my income to be in my own hands. And I'm sick and tired of having to deal with just rule following and meeting deadlines that I just don't care about and working on projects that ultimately I don't even believe in anymore. I used to, but I don't anymore. The company I work for, the work they do, it's just serving a purpose that I no longer see value in with the way the world's going and the direction that I work in biotech. And once again, with this whole COVID situation and everything, and the way health and medical research is done in the United States and in all of the West, really all of the developed world for that matter, I don't believe in it anymore. It's a medical industrial complex that rivals, if not outpaces, the military industrial complex in its corruption and just outright criminal activity. And I don't want to contribute to that. I don't want to be part of it. I want to make my own money any way I can in the markets, starting a business, have multiple streams of income. And I want to be self-sufficient. I want to have a farm and just live off the grid as best I can and try to help people along the way. So I hope this helps you. I hope you learned something. And yeah, let's look at some markets. So take a look at Bitcoin. I've got multiple charts going here now on Bitcoin. Let me just make sure my stream's going well. You guys can see the Bitcoin chart. You can see my face. We're good. Okay, so Bitcoin, I'm on the log scale. Let's pop off that. This is a chart that I've been showing you guys lately. It's changed a little bit since last I saw you. I've been trying to clean it up some. I'm kind of done with all these horizontal lines. I don't see any value in tracking most of these anymore, so I'm just going to clean it up. You know what? Let's do something here. Let's zoom out to the weekly. Okay, so this line was brought to my attention the other day as an important one. I already had it marked on my chart, but I thought it was an interesting observation. I saw someone make Bitcoin has closed on the weekly above this horizontal every week since the crash in mid-May. So that's pretty significant. If we close below this line on the weekly, that's going to be a very bearish signal. We have 2 days left on the weekly, so and we're below it right now, so we can make it back above this line, but it looks like there's potential for us to close below it. There is downward pressure on Bitcoin right now. So we will see soon enough in 2 days whether or not this will probably give us a pretty clear signal as to whether or not we're continuing down or if we're going to just keep going sideways or go up. So I'll be keeping a close eye on this over the weekend. I'd like to see whether or not we close below this line. As far as other levels below it, just to make my life easier, I'm just going to get rid of everything except, let's keep this one right there. Got a nice little reversal here on the weekly back in January. If we close below this line, I would be looking for this one to be the next one to hold on the weekly time frame. And let's just go ahead and mark this as weekly close. That's a weekly. We'll even make it a little thicker. So yeah, this is where I'd be looking to hold if we close below this line here. Let's go ahead and call this one weekly. Closes current range. So this is the current range. That's what I'm talking about here. And so these are the weekly closes. Actually, yeah, close here, close here. So, and opens as well. Closes and opens, whatever. But reversal closes, if you will, on the weekly. So this is the range that we stay between if we close below this one, in my opinion. However, if we do close below here on the weekly, it would not surprise me if we come down further, even as low as maybe not 19,000. I kind of forgot that the all-time high of Bitcoin is nearly 20,000. So I've been saying that we might go this low. I really just sincerely doubt that we go below the all-time high of Bitcoin. However, if we do end up getting below this $32,000 line, and in any significant sense, not just wicks, we're going at least to probably 25,000. So, yeah. It's not looking good. That's the overall impression I get of Bitcoin right now is it's struggling hard. Got a lot of downward sell pressure. The pattern's becoming more and more clear as the days go on. It's a pretty clear triangle that it's forming. 90-degree right angle triangle. I don't know what that means necessarily. I don't know if it's significant. I've kind of seen some arguments that this is compressing it in a sense, and so we could see a strong move up or down. It's not bullish or bearish necessarily, but it's indicative of some volatility coming up pretty soon. So if we break out of this triangle, it could be a strong move out. If we break below it, it could be a strong move down. So range that we're looking at probably if we do break out of it would be as low as 24 and maybe as high as about 40. We'll see. It's been mostly boring, to be honest. Bitcoin price action hasn't been that exciting lately. It's kind of just been trading sideways for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. But with just a steady compression here, you just have this steady compression. Trying to just, cut out the complexity here. I started drawing in these lines because I thought maybe I'd start trading this range, but it stopped even ranging. We were getting some nice range moves, swing trade moves within this $40,000 to $32,000 range for a while. But since here, about a month ago almost, we've been just kind of staying real low. So I'm looking for a big move soon. Most people on Twitter that I follow are looking for big move soon, but right now the name of the game is just be patient. No one knows what's going on. Bitcoin shorts on Bitfinex are on the rise again. Who the hell knows what that means, to be honest with you. People are trying to short Bitcoin. I've seen some people say that they're not going higher because they can't sell their Bitcoins. When you short Bitcoin, you're borrowing it and then selling it. And so I've seen some people argue that the shorts would like to go higher, but they can't because no one's buying their coins, which is kind of funny if that's the case. But that's just speculation. I don't know. Ethereum, Bitcoin, Yeah, kind of had a little bit of a dump. Bitcoin, wasn't showing much strength, so Ethereum kind of lost some of its momentum. I was looking forward to break out of this line here pretty soon and kind of start making its way back into the mid 20s or mid 2000s, and it kind of lost some steam because Bitcoin lost some steam. But yeah, not much to add. I started looking at Fibonacci levels on Bitcoin here. Been seeing some people on Twitter on Conquering the Markets, the Jordan Lindsay crew. If you don't know about them, check them out. Jordan Lindsay on YouTube. He's got a pretty good channel. It's how I got introduced to trading. But one of the guys on there, let me flip over to my log charts. Yeah, here. So one of the guys in there does this thing with Fibonacci levels where he takes the all-time highs of Bitcoin bull runs and then draws a Fibonacci level, a Fibonacci trend line from the all-time high to the all-time low, or to the following bear market low of that bull run. So starting from, this is the 2013 bull market cycle peak, starting with a Fibonacci line drawn from here, so that the zero part of the line intersects with the bottom, the bull market or the bear market bottom following that all-time high. If you draw that Fibonacci line, and you know what, this is better. I have it already drawn out on here or back here. Putting it on the log scale so it's easier to see. So if you draw that from the high to the low and then kind of extend it out, you can see that whenever Bitcoin starts making its way back up after crashing, after the bubble pops and you get the low, and so it starts making its way back up, when it breaks out of the 1.618 Fibonacci level, which, let me back up a little bit. If you don't know what Fibonacci is, don't worry. I hardly know what it is either. I know Fibonacci is a pattern, an exponential pattern, and that's found in nature. You can calculate it somehow. There's a formula for it, but the Fibonacci sequence, just Google that. But basically, they're just applying that pattern to to markets, and apparently it's a useful way to kind of examine future price action. I don't really know if that's what theories back that up, but it's something a lot of people look at. But anyway, it's just something that I'm just kind of looking at just to get practice with it and exposure to using Fibonacci. But yeah, if you draw the Fibonacci line from the high to the following low, extend it out, you can see that when Bitcoin breaks out of the 1.618 level that you get from the Fibonacci, whatever you call this, I don't even know what this is called. This is a fib retracement. So you draw your fib retracement from the high to the low, and then you get this 1.618 line. When Bitcoin breaks back out of that 1.618 line, it seems to like to retest it and then resume up. So you draw that same thing again when you get to the 2017 high. You draw the fib retracement from here to here, the low, and then extend the horizontal lines out. You can see that Bitcoin has broken out of that 1.618 line. It has retested it already and then resumed up. But now it's coming in for a second retest. The argument that I'm seeing on people I follow is that it shall not break below this line, and it just is retesting it once again, and this is going to lead to this is support, and we're getting all this support here. We're just building more and more and more support. The more and more support you build, the higher it's going to move when it moves. That's the hopium case that I keep saying online. I don't know if that's true or not, but it's interesting. I mean, the pattern holds. You can see clearly that it's testing that line, and it tested it before. So, I mean, that's pretty cool just to see a very clear natural pattern that Bitcoin's following. I don't know if it's real, if it means anything. It could be completely pointless. We could just break completely below it. If we do break below it, it would probably take us close to the previous all-time high if we do. So, who knows? Who knows? It's another look that I've been looking at, just trying to get multiple views on Bitcoin, more data. Another look, I just drew a bunch of downward sloping channels. I'm not going to really go through where I got all these lines from. This is just kind of, I just look at the charts and let my eyes see patterns. And when I do see the patterns, I draw in the lines. You know, most people are drawing a line up here going from like here to here. And then I see people drawing something like this, and they clone that down, and you get some channels that look legit. But I kind of see what I drew here. I see, anytime I see something like this where you get like this up followed by a quick move, like reversal, I kind of think that that's like a little rejected breakout. So I think that you can justify drawing this line kind of slicing through these candles here on the 8 hour and get more of a tighter, you know, pressure, you know, heavier pressure, downward sloping line going from here to here. And then when you clone it, you see some pretty convincing, at least I see some pretty convincing correlation to these lines. If you just follow my cursor, I mean, look, just like touch, 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 like boom, perfect touch. And then you see perfect resistance here, close touch here, good resistance there. I really think that Bitcoin seems to be following these, you know, look at that perfect parallel touches with all of these. And then you get, you get a nice one here, this kind of pressure that we're in right now. You get that right there. So yeah, it seems to be that it's trading within these channels, at least to my eye. So this doesn't really do much for me as far as trading or anything. It's just kind of another look at Bitcoin. This red box here is once again, it's that line on the weekly closes that I showed you before here. It's the line, the top of the box is the weekly closes, and the bottom of the box is the lowest that Bitcoin's gone since it's broken down in May, since it first broke down in May. So this is kind of the range that I could, you know, see Bitcoin going as low as until it breaks below this, and once it breaks below this, then, you know, it's definitely going down more. So yeah, we're getting pretty close to this line now. Only a few more weeks until, you know, we're touching it horizontally. August at the latest. So once we get here, that's probably what it's going to take, honestly, for us to see any real significant repair. We'll probably just trade sideways. Maybe best case scenario, we trade up a little bit into it and get there at the late July. But it's going to be just take patience and time for us to get out of this accumulation phase we're in, which, if you truly believe in Bitcoin, this is a blessing. Let's be honest. If you really believe in Bitcoin, in the bullish case of Bitcoin, just keep buying. If you really believe, and I'm not telling you to believe in it, do your own research. But if you believe in it, this is your chance to buy right now, because we may go lower. You know, we may very well go lower. I think it's very much in the cards. I'm not sure. I kind of feel at this point that if we were going to go lower, it would have happened now, gut feeling, and it hasn't happened yet. So I'm starting to be skeptical that we're going to go lower, but it's possible. But if you got money that you want to invest right now, if it were me, I would invest in Bitcoin. Do your own research, though. If you're an expert trader, then, you know, I'm just a noob, so don't listen to me. But if you don't know what you're doing, don't listen to me either, but do your own research. That's all I have to say on that. Only other thing I'm really keeping track of right now is Euro USD. I thought I saw potential for Euro USD to come down to this line, and it hasn't. It's actually broken out of this downward resistance and is resuming up. Next significant level I see is, looking at the daily, is this level, and that's based on, actually I think it's based on a weekly reversal. Yeah, it's based on this weekly here. So if you look at the weekly on Euro USD, you can see the last 2 times we've broken out of that, we've had a run, and then we broke below it, but we broke out of it again, we had a run. So if I were trading Euro USD, I'd be waiting for a breakout of this line once again, and to get a run to at least this level. Not a huge move, but you know, if you get that good entry and you watch the price, you got a lot of range that you could possibly make it to. I mean, if you break it out, you get above here, then you're looking to get above here, then you're looking to get above here. Like, this could go somewhere potentially. I don't know anything about Forex. I've just started looking at Forex, so I put a little bit of money on a Wanda Forex exchange, and I'm probably gonna start trading Forex here soon just to get more practice, because I want to get out of my job. So yeah, that's just kind of what I'm looking at. I don't have much to say. I need to do more research. I need to learn more. I'm going to spend time this weekend learning. Hopefully I'll come back to y'all with some more definite words and lessons. But as of now, this is what I'm looking at. And yeah, that's it. I hope you have enjoyed watching. And yeah, I hope you come back next time. Bitcoin's making repairs, you know, it's got a 1% move on it today, or as of you know, the current daily range. Daily just closed 45 minutes ago. So it's trying to repair. We'll see what happens though. Bye y'all.